What's up everyone, this is Super Marcel and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. In the last episode, we just made the Iguanodon enclosure. We made this small little Iguanodon enclosure with 3 members and we started expanding our park into this area where hopefully we'll get a couple more cool animals here and there. Specifically want a lagoon, and I'm also considering maybe even getting an Acrocanthosaurus, a giant theropod from North America. That would be very cool to talk about. I only have one Ceratosaurus. Huh. I would have sworn I guess the others died. Okay, I got and in other words, we also gotta replace some other dinosaurs here and there. We gotta apparently get more Ceratosaurus. The Oviraptors are just non-existent. You just go into the enclosure and just look like, huh, that's a cool bush. Or something. Yeah, and then yeah, but it's mainly those dinosaurs that we need to replace. But yeah, I guess we'll figure out what to do. First things first, I want to see if I can get Liopluerodon, because I feel like that's the main thing I want to go for. Is to get an aquarium or a lagoon, sorry. Because I feel like talking about Liopluerodon, it would be interesting. Shansusaurus would also be interesting as well. But you know what? I think I might save Shansusaurus for a different park because we don't quite have a lot of room in this area. I think I could fit probably like 3 well, maybe a 4th one, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I definitely want a lagoon and perhaps an Acrocanthosaurus. I don't know. It depends on how fast we get to our 5th star, which is, you know, our main primary goal. We also got a massive amount of space over here, actually. We probably could fit something there. Not sure what it would be, but I'm sure we could figure something out. We also got to get Suchomimus. That's right. We got to get Suchomimus in this little area and continue the danger safari, you know. And I think it would be interesting to talk about Suchomimus. Not specifically Suchomimus itself, because there's not a lot that I could talk about Suchomimus, but I can talk about a different Spinosaur. Because some weird, freaky, funky stuff just happened with the Spinosaurs as of recently. Yeah. In other words, while I do that, talk about the new stuff. So I don't know if you notice, but from the audio, but I just got myself a new microphone. This is a new microphone that I'm speaking to, and I just wonder how it sounds. You know, 'cause I feel like the old microphone, it was good, but eventually, I guess, I don't know, devices decay or something. Like it kind of just withered away almost. Can I just make another Cryolophosaurus? No, I can't. Oh, no, I can. Okay, so if worst comes to worst, I'll just make another one. But yeah, I got myself a new microphone because the other one is kind of getting, like, just kind of fading away in regard to audio quality. And this one was, you know, fairly cheap for what it was worth. I spent $108 for this microphone. It's where's the box?
However, not all changes in leadership are the result of conflict.
I don't know where it is.
Some of the more social dinosaur species achieve the dominant status through intimidation
Hold
alone.
on, is there like a label on this thing or something? EOS. Take that if you will. But yeah, it's cool and interesting. This microphone is like it's a proper like professional mic, right? Got like a whole arm and everything. It's got even one of those fancy like fuzzy window things that you commonly see like Twitch streamers having or something. But yeah, I got the arm, the fuzzy thing. It even came with a fuzz for the mic. So like it's funny, before I would put like a sock, like I would have to straight up just find a sock in my cupboard that I have to put over my microphone so that so it acts as a pop filter so that you don't hear like the pop 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 sounds, right? Whenever I speak. But this microphone straight up just came with it like, yeah, here's a fuzzy thing, you know, don't worry, we got you. And it's so relieving, like, I don't need to use my socks anymore. And I always get pointed out whenever people see my microphone, like, is that a sock on your microphone? Why are you speaking to a sock in the microphone? It's just pop filter and stuff. I don't know. I think I think I made a good decision. I like this microphone so far. Yeah. What the hell?
Commencing asset transit.
Are you good there? Your disco dancing.
To some, this may seem inhumane, but when we let the dinosaurs fight, or when we manipulate them to, we gain a greater understanding of the animals. This research may eventually help us to better manage them.
Who's fighting? What? No one's fighting. Okay. If you mean to tell me that a Dimetrodon can just destroy a car, then you're pulling my leg. There we go. Oh, tell you what, having cheaper research people is an absolute gift. Oh, what's that? It costs $2 million. Let me just send in my specialized cheaper research employers. They're just all the way down to 400,000. It's affordable. That's good. Sinosauropteryx. How could I possibly know what's... So does this imply that Sinosauropteryx is a part of this DLC? I better eventually see it. I would love to talk about Sinosauropteryx. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do, actually. I'm gonna build a lagoon in advance, right? Because I want this. I want to get I want a marine reptile, right? So I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna straight up just go ahead and build it. This is... Oh yeah, this is plenty of space, surely. You know what we probably could do? We could just have this whole area just be like another dinosaur safari, you know? Like we have the iguanodons, but maybe we'll have like, I don't know, Dryosaurus and maybe some kind of sauropod or something. I'm sure we might figure something out. We might not even need it. I'm willing to bet that when we get this aquatic animal in, probably won't even... He'll probably just like rocket power, just straight to the sky in terms of popularity. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, now the Listrosaurs are dying.
Asset to be collected.
So do I have anything? No, I don't. But I'm getting close to Liopluerodon. As well as Styxosaurus. I completely forgot about Styxosaurus. Styxosaurus is interesting. I would like to talk about Styxosaurus. Specifically on what they did creative-wise to this specific plesiosaur. I don't know, we'll see what happens. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Oh, man. I guess while I'm doing this, I can talk about other things here and there. So, recently... Let's talk about movies, right? That's a good talking point. You know? A topic point. Because I've watched a movie recently. I sound like an alien. I don't sound human when I say stuff like that. But yeah, like but I've recently I just watched the new Transformers movie. The what was it, Rise of the Beasts or something? And I say it's alright. I mean, it's not perfect. I could definitely give some criticism to the movie itself. You know, but at least it's not Michael Bay levels of bad, right? Like Michael Bay basically just butchered the Transformers movies. He's low on health. Why are you low on health? What? What's going on here? You're not eating. What? Why aren't you eating? Why aren't you landing, in fact? There's no water or... You're not drinking straight up. What is happening? What? What is this weird glitch that I'm witnessing here? Hold on. Let me see if I could fix you. Is it the same for you as well? You're not drinking. Why are you not drinking? There's blatant water right around you. Why are you just... Whoa! What? What? Okay. So now, theoretically, you should tranquilize for 10 minutes. Can I make an order to, like, wake you up? Awaken. Because, yeah, this guy's straight up gonna die. And I don't want him to die. Not just because of my attachment to it, but because he costed a lot of money. And I don't want him to just die so soon because it's starved to death. Of all things. Okay. Alright, it's flying around now. So now you should... I'm gonna send a vet. So I feel like it might just heal. Oh, please don't die. He's gonna die. Oh my god.
That's $1.5 million, more than that. That's like $3 or so million just down the drain because of a goddamn glitch.
Oh, and then the bloody goat comes in, just walks on all over him. Oh, why did that happen? Why did that happen?
Confirmed.
Okay. Back to what I was talking about before. Transformers, right? Rise of the Beasts. Yeah. Incubation. So yeah, I thought the movie was alright. No. I do think that having Optimus Prime be like very kind of a xenophobe to humans was a bit of an odd decision. Especially seeing as how we praised Optimus for like the previous movie for not doing that. You know, and being like Optimus Prime again. Like what I remember one few things we don't like about the Michael Bay movies is the fact that he's just so I want to say like strangely aggressive, you know? Or like I don't know how to phrase it, but like he's always so bloodthirsty. Like he doesn't feel like the almighty like yes, we need to protect the whole life like stoic hero. Instead you just hear him going like just going around just give me your face and stuff. And we thought we walked away from all that. But then comes this movie and it's like, okay, let's watch it, let's see how it goes. I'm going to take the key and then I'm going to take off his head. I'm going to try, it's not too much of a spoiler, but yeah, he says that. Yeah, I won't say anything else, but a bit odd. But yeah, like I thought the movie was fine. It's funny though. It's like I never really watched Beast Wars, the original Transformers series. No, I just watched. I know it existed, and I just refer to it as the badly CGI'd 90s Transformers cartoon, where the Transformers turned into animals. I never really watched it, but after watching Beast Wars, I was curious. And and like, yeah, there's the whole other faction stuff, right? The Predacons. We never got to see those guys, and the closest we got was Scorponok. Which is funny, because Scorponok was like in the first movie, right? 2007, Michael Bay's first Transformers movie. And we never... He was there, he was a scorpion and stuff, yeah. But we never really saw him transform, you know? I think it would have been cool to see him transform into like a human mode, or whatever you could call it. Yeah. But you got, I guess, Scorponok in this movie. He's there. There's a bunch of them. I don't know. I guess it came to a point like, yeah, we've used the Scorpion Transformers enough times. Let's keep using them again in this one. But there weren't any like true Predacons, you know. Like they weren't really there. Like it would have been cool to see like this pterodactyl one, Pteranodon. Or like I don't know, Waspinator, I think his name is, Tarantulas. It's funny now that I'm thinking about it. The two Predacons that you constantly keep seeing over and over again is Scorponok and Black Tarantula, I think her name was. The spider lady, right? You keep seeing reinterpretations of her over and over and over again. But like, we never see the other ones. And it's never quite truly a clan. They're just not just a different like special Decepticon or something, right? Does Ravage count as a Predacon? No, let's think about it. Do the Dinobots count as Maximals? I don't know. It's odd. It's strange. Yeah. You know what? Let me just quickly just get the Liopluerodon and we'll chat about that. And maybe the money will rise while I'm talking about this marine reptile. Right. So let me just quickly fish feeders. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is the Liopluerodon. There's no sound effect for some reason. There, I did it for you. That was a pretty cool shot, though. How the Liopluerodon was just at the surface, just kind of looking out. All right, so Liopluerodon, lonely. What do you mean lonely? There's 4 of you. There are not 4 of you? No, there you go. Fixed it. So Liopluerodon is a pretty cool marine reptile. And the way they modeled this Liopluerodon is interesting. Now, I remember hearing a lot of people how they hate this design, you know, because of just how inaccurate it looks. And I get it. It's not at all accurate, right? But this is a Jurassic Park game in the end. As long as it vaguely is similar to what the actual animal's supposed to be, then I guess that's good enough. And after all, for a game like this, for Jurassic World Evolution 2, you gotta find a way where you can like get variation of animals and still make them different enough to identify them, right? Because we got Kronosaurus as well, and Liopluerodon is basically like a smaller Kronosaurus, right? But different time period. Right. So how do you make it look different? Well, you make it look like a weird, freaky crocodile, pretty much. Now, Liopluerodon is a very infamous marine reptile. I'm sure if you've watched Walking with Dinosaurs, you would know this marine reptile, right? The massive, colossal, what was it, 25-foot marine reptile they interpreted in Walking with Dinosaurs. Now, Liopluerodon itself was not that massive, right? It's not humongous as they interpreted in Walking with Dinosaurs. Liopluerodon is a much more smaller marine reptile. It's interesting that they depicted it being social in this game, even though that's probably not the case. They probably might have been solitary predators. I doubt they would have been social. But I guess it's a good excuse for you to get more Liopluerodons, though, right? Now, they're the part of the pliosaurs, right? They're Jurassic period pliosaurs. They're from the Oxford Formation, which is a formation which is believed to have been like an almost like reef-like coastal island-esque environments, right? So like there was a bunch of like islands in this sort of environment over at Europe, right? And why we think that there are islands and stuff, it's interesting because, like, for one, it's obvious that it's definitely some kind of oceanic environment, because, you know, we're finding pliosaurs and ichthyosaurs and stuff, and you're not gonna. It's safe to assume that they would not live in like lakes. I'm sure there might have been the chance that there were some kind of freshwater plesiosaur, right? That might have gone through river systems and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, they're a bit large, so yeah, ocean makes sense, right? But the fact that we also find dinosaurs, now don't get me wrong, finding dinosaurs in an ocean formation is not necessarily rare, you know. You definitely can find dinosaurs in formations that would depict ocean-based environments. For example, over in Australia, right, Richmond, you know, we got Kronosaurus, we got Eromangosaurus and stuff. But we also got Kumbarosaurus and Ankylosaur dinosaur. Now, there's two theories to why we found this dinosaur. Either there's a beach, you know, that maybe the Kumbarosaurus died in the beach or something. Or a second theory, and this is common idea, that it was a dinosaur that died and managed to fall into the ocean and got bloated up and just floated in the ocean until eventually it just popped and then started to sink to the bottom of the seafloor. That's a very... because, yeah, it's interesting because you also find other ankylosaurs in other ocean-based formations as well. You find a lot of ankylosaurs, really. But with Oxford Formation, we got several different dinosaurs. We got Metriacanthosaurus, we have Eustriptospondylus, we got... we even have some sauropods and stegosaurs. I forgot what the stegosaur was called. Maybe Oxfordsaurus or something? I don't remember. The sauropods, I think they're called Cetiosaurus or Cetiosaurus or something like that, right? Something similar to that. So the fact that we have so many different dinosaurs in this oceanic environment, of course the whole bloated theory might still apply to here. It's just that a lot of dinosaurs seem to have died and bloated. But I guess the fact that we keep finding dinosaurs in this formation does suggest that there probably was enough land that it might have been an island system. But not only that, but in that same formation... Was it that formation? Maybe not. But there was... well, I guess I need to check. But there's like fossil evidence of dinosaur footprints of a theropod that would have depicted it swimming. I don't know if that is in the Oxford Formation. In which case it depicts that... It suggests that maybe Metriacanthosaurus or maybe even Eustriptospondylus probably like... Are you happy? You're happy, okay. I don't need to worry. I thought he was gonna crash into the wall for a second there. What are you doing? Good playful, aren't you? But yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, the Eustriptospondylus or Metriacanthosaurus swam from island to island doing whatever, I don't know. But yeah, like, it's interesting. Now, another thing I want to talk about Liopluerodon, specifically, is how they designed it, how they made it look like a crocodile. Now, obviously, I'm going to tell you that, no, Liopluerodon did not have these crocodile scoots, right? Or flippers. It's interesting, though, because Liopluerodon is a marine reptile. They're not dinosaurs. But that also doesn't mean that they are necessarily crocodiles either. They're like their own variation. They're plesiosaurs. So there's something else entirely, right? Some people say that they might have been related to snakes. I don't see that. With plesiosaurs and whatnot. Maybe even turtles, but even then that's still a bit of a stretch because turtles evolved even before dinosaurs. So I don't know where to put pliosaurs and plesiosaurs, but it's interesting to think about. Yeah, they didn't have these crocodile scoots, and the flippers are a bit over the top and spiky. I still think it's a cool design. I think people are over-exaggerating the design. I still think the design on its own is cool, you know? But in regards to crocodile, there is some sort of animal that is somewhat similar to something like this. Obviously not to the extremes, but there is like a crocodile that might have had like a more aquatic build. You know, to an already semi-aquatic animal, there's the Metriorhynchus is a prehistoric crocodile that was primarily aquatic, so like it probably could not go into land at all, right? Its hands were replaced with flippers, and I think its tail was longer, you know, much more built for like whoosh, zoom speed, water-based lifestyle. I doubt it's not as big as Liopluerodon, but Liopluerodon is also actually, how big is Liopluerodon? You'll be surprised how small Liopluerodon actually is. It's not like Velociraptor small, but it's still big enough to kill a man. But it's not like as big as it depicted in Walking Dinosaurs. Yeah. I got nothing else to really say about Liopluerodon. It's cool though. It's cool. I think having this reptile is definitely really, really cool. Yeah. Let me look at the other colors. I like this little speckled blue coloration in the Liopluerodon. Yeah. This guy looks mean, though. Look at this guy. What's your coloration? Yukon River. It's gnarly. He looks cool. He's like the big boss. If he's not the big boss... No, who's the big boss? This guy. This little speckled red guy. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I should probably end it here now. You know, we haven't reached 5 stars. Probably not going to go reach 5 stars for another, I don't know, 2 episodes or more. Yeah, I guess next time we'll probably start building the Acrocanthosaurus enclosure. And, you know, continue our efforts on trying to restore the dinosaur population. But yeah, hell yeah. So if you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button. And I'm Super Marcel, and make sure you have a super time on the new microphone, baby. Bye bye.